Hey guys, I tried doing this video. I've turned it on a couple times and it wouldn't do anything, but hopefully it's ticking away, really ticking away. So how is everybody? It's Tuesday. I know I've been gone for a little while. Not gone, but I mean I haven't made any videos or anything. I just wanted to say hello. I'm I am what am I doing? I'm doing the video in my living room in my chair, which Abby's been picking at. Also, I'm not allowed in the craft room anymore because she's taken over the chair, the table, the floor, everything. So we're going to have a meeting of the minds, and I'm going to have to start shutting that door, I think, because she won't let me in. I mean, she literally will not get out of the chair when I go in there. So I said, well, I've got my chair here. I can put my legs up and I talk to you guys and let you know, let you know and show what's going on. So yeah, you see my ceiling back there. If you see that flamingo right there, and everything on here and here is all my flamingo stuff. So I've displayed it. Of course, it's a little dusty now. I mean, a lot dusty. But at least I can put my name in it and nobody will mess with it. I'm looking at the dust now. Ugh. But anyway, it's beautiful weather here in Florida. Just beautiful. I went out yesterday for the first time in weeks. And well, since I went to Dr. Sabo's office back in end of December, I guess it was. Anyway, it was beautiful. I went and I finally found someone that can cut hair with a razor, and my hair lays so much better. See, I mean, look at that. It just lays so much nicer when it's cut with a razor because I have curly hair, and if you cut it bluntly like they do with the scissors, it just it's awful. I just hate it. But anyway, I love the haircut. I love the lady. And her name was Tammy. And she's at Great Clips in Inglewood, if anybody's interested. So I did that yesterday. I picked up my drugs. Or one drug. I couldn't afford to get them all, so I just got the one drug that I needed. And what else did I do? Then I came home. I was pooped. But I kept going. I didn't sleep very long last night. I knew I wouldn't because of walking, it kind of affects my legs. And I just couldn't get comfortable in bed, but I wasn't going to take a pain pill. So let me tell you what happened. I've really been feeling unwell for the last 2 or 3 weeks. And I called Dr. Sabo's office and we talked, and she said, I think you're having a reaction to the muscle relaxers that she prescribed for me. So I quit taking them. Oh, thank God that was the answer. I'm feeling much better. My stomach is better. My intestines are better. My head, my stomach hurts so bad. It was like it would burn inside. And then I would get that terrible, even though I take meds for indigestion and all that stuff, it really, really hurt. I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I thought I was going to choke. It was just awful. So anyway, I felt good yesterday. I feel good today. I'm not moving around a lot, but I'm a little bit tired, so a nap is about to arise. I see it in my future. Ask Madame Flamme-les-Bouches. A nap is definitely in my future. So what have you been working on, Billy? Well, a little of this, a little of that. I've got a stack of projects in the craft room, if Abby would let me in, to work on. I found a pattern for doing a shawl or a scarf or whatever it is, using the yarn from an advent calendar. So there's 24 little skeins of yarn plus one big skein of yarn. So I've been cranking it up on the what do you call it? Ball winder with the swirly thing. Well, it's a pain in the butt, but so far I've gotten, I think four wounded up. I have it set up in the craft room, and but I can't get in there because of Abby. So I mean, that's just an excuse, right? So anyway, so I've been working on that, and I made a brown hobo bag, but I haven't put the lining in it. I haven't put, other stuff on there to give it a little character. So I still have that working on. Then I made this one, and it's done in pink, well, like a rosy pink and orange. Boy, the colors look good here, huh? So, and I just did a small fringe on that. So it's sort of, I haven't done much with the fringe, so it's a little off here and there. But it's supposed to be a little off here and there. So I haven't done the handles. I haven't decided on the handles. I haven't decided on the other stuff that I want to do this with. So I have a couple of hobo bags to complete, plus the rag bag that I'm making. I haven't finished that yet. I haven't put the line. I have the line, but I haven't sewn it to put inside. I have a flamingo bag to make. I've got some blanket bags to make. They're cut, but I just have to make them. And so I've been working on I have not been working on those. I didn't feel well, so I couldn't sit for too long in one place because I had an accident one day. You know what kind of accident I'm talking about. And so I'm very careful. I stay close to the bathroom. And then last weekend I said, well, might as well get my Sofie Universe colors together. So I went through totes. Now that's a lot of work going through totes. But I decided I'll tell you what I did, and then let me tell you what I did. And then on this page here, it gives you the yarn and the colors that they used for the large, using a size 4 weight, worsted weight. And it gives you the yardage, and you have to transfer what that yardage means. And if anybody's interested, I'll tell you right now, the first one, which is Moonstone, is 1886. You need that many yards. And the Canada Jade is 492. And then the rest of it is 246. Comes out to 4346. That's how many yards you need to do a large. I didn't figure the other two because I wasn't interested and I wasn't going to do it. So what I did was I took these colors, and then I kind of match up as close as I could the colors that these represented, like green agate or whatever that is. I use light green, which is spring green in Red Heart, I think it is. And then there was Canadian Jade, and I used aqua. Lemon quartz, I used butterscotch. These are just the colors that I had. And then what I did was I wrote my colors on the other side, and then I went to each page. You can't see, there we go. And I wrote the color that I'd be using for that one, so that way I could keep track. But in some of the rounds, like when I got to round, is that 4 or 5? When I got to round 5, you'll see where it says round 38 is leaves, like the leaves on a flower. And then round 39 says tulips. So you kind of want to you could change your mind. You don't have to use the colors that you decide upon. you could use it as you go along. I am now on part 5. Round 39 is tulips, and I'm doing that in a berry red, and I'll show you in just a second. But I am really enjoying this because it's like a puzzle, and you're putting this puzzle together. Now I'm going to tell you, I have made I did make a few errors, but I am the only one that knows about it or could show you, and I'm not showing you where the errors are. But you can fudge it. I know I was off a stitch, but I fudged it and I was able to save it. But because it was way off, and I wasn't going to go back and frog it. I'm not frogging it. I just have to adjust for it. But I'll show you where I am now. I'm making the tulips in section 5. Oops. And you can see there's my flowers. There's my tulips up there. Now we're going to start making some flat sides. We're going to start making, I think we're going to end up with 8 sides at this point. But yeah, let's see if I can get you. But that's where I am right now. So where the this salmon color was actually supposed to have been this color here. Well, I decided to go with this color because I like the pop of it. Plus, I had it in these little rows here. So that's why I put that there. But anyway, it's just, it's whatever you want to pop out. And now I've got my little tulips going. Can you see the tulips? And this is, this is that, what do you call it? V-stitch. And now I'm doing the little clusters here. So yeah, so it's but I'm going to tell you something. I have found, and you can read the instructions in the book, that's fine. But I found going on YouTube and looking at the way she did it, to actually see it, how she did it, was more of a clarification for me than the book. I refer to both, but I prefer the, because I have my cell phone here and I just click on and say, and she does each part and she'll separate each section of the row that she's doing. In other words, in the sections are rows and she breaks them up for you. So, yeah, I mean, sometimes you want to know where. Now, there's a mistake I just saw. I don't want to look at it. But I wasn't going to go back and fix it, so we just have to look at it. So, I mean, I'll look at it. You don't get to look at it. But I'm enjoying making this, and I would highly, if you're bored and you're making blankets where it's such a repetitive stitch, or repetitive pattern, I would suggest starting this. You don't have to have the book. Just go online and follow. She has all the stages. I don't know what you call them, stages, or what do you call them? Stages, I guess you say, of each of so many rows, and then the next part. Oh, parts. So she goes by parts, like you have a separate video for 4, a separate video for 5, and a separate video for 6. So I'm on 5, and I'm making my flowers, my tulips. So it's been a lot of fun, and when I picked out the colors that I wanted to have in here, I just put it in a laundry basket. So when I find that, like when I ran the green and it said they need leaves, well, I just pulled out the green and then these are flowers, and I had already picked berry red on this one. Very berry or something, I don't know. But anyway, that's what is the name of that? Berry red. for the tulips. So I had already gotten that straightened out. And now I don't know what we're going to do in the corner, so I will go on her channel. And I just put in Sofie's Universe, and it'll all come up. And then she's got the different, pages, whatever. But I'm enjoying it very, very much. Very, very much. I got a few cards, and they were Christmas cards. Thank you very much. I got a lovely book that was sent to me by Jackie. Is it Jackie? I'm sure it's Jackie. Yeah. And it's knitting or crocheting techniques and bags and stuff like that. It's just a little book, and it's like for beginners, and it's a great little book, and especially showing the different ways of connecting blankets and stuff like that. Thank you so much, Jackie. I would show it, but you know where it is? It's on the floor. Abby came over here last night and knocked it on the floor. I blame everything on Abby. That makes me feel better. I think it was her, because she was up in this chair and I was crocheting, and she got kind of pissed because I wouldn't stop and let her lay in my lap. So when she came over, she just nosed it, and I had it piled kind of high. I have one of these little carts, rolling carts, on my right side. Oops. Do. Oh, wow. I had, let's see. Creative wise, that's where we are. Oh, Boggy Creek Camp. Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too, and Lynette from Charm Grammy, both went up with Sue's mother and two other ladies, and Cindy from Freeze Baby Fiber all went, and they delivered all the blankets. Nancy is going to, they took a lot of videos and photos and stuff like that. They were escorted by Jacqueline of the camp, and it was very informative from what a little bit they were able to tell us the other night. So that is coming out. So stay tuned for She's Got Yarn Too, and she will have the video of them giving away the blankets, and also they picked the winners for the items that we were giving away as gifts. I don't know who got my gifts. I don't know anything about who, what, when, and where. I think Lynette left last night to go back to Ohio, so Nancy was going to put all that together. So when she gets the video out and I see who we need to send out, who the winners are, I'll be just as surprised as you are. So I'm looking forward to see what a great video she puts out, and learn more about Boggy Creek. From what I understand, it is a fantastic video. I mean, a fantastic place. So we'll learn more about it on Nancy's channel. I'm sure she'll have it coming out sometime this week. And speaking of Boggy Creek, and I don't think she minds if I tell you, but Debbie from Canadian Crocheter and I are going to do a collaboration on, now you got to remember, we're not experienced quilters, but I'm going to do a piece for one's, we're going to do, well, let me just tell you what I can't speak today. My mouth does not want to work. I think it's tired. But anyway, she's going to do one side of the blanket, and it's going to be quilted. And then I'm going to do the other side of the blanket. And then they want it for Boggy Creek, and they want it in very fine. They don't want that thick blanket thing, because this goes all over the beds like a bedspread kind of thing. But every bed, from what I remember seeing, has a quilt on it. So, and then they have larger quilts that they hang in the facility. And because some of the quilts get worn out, they need quilts to replace some of them. So I've asked Debbie to collaborate with me, and we're going to make a quilt for Boggy Creek for the kids, for one of their beds. We're just going to take our time and do a really nice job, and then this won't need a backing, because I'm going to be on one side of the quilt, and she's going to be on the other side, and then we'll just have a thin batting to go between them, and then we'll do I gotta look at the pictures and stuff of how they're done, but I think they're just binded around. You can make your own binding or buy it or whatever. And then I thought I might. I think they all have to basically kind of look the same. So I'll have to concentrate more, or call them and find out about it. But that's what we're going to do. Debbie and I are going to collaborate and make a quilted blanket for Boggy Creek. She said, when do you want to have it done? I said, oh, let's just take a year. So we're going to do that this year. So I think that's going to be fun. I can't wait till Abby allows me in the craft room. And I want to see, what kind of material I have scraps on, and make it colorful and fun for them, So I'm looking forward to doing this with my friend Deb. So I'm looking forward to that. So thank you, Deb, for agreeing. And I thought it'd be a good training for us as newbies to the quilting world. And scrap bags and all that. I mean, you're working with smaller projects. This is a big project, and I got the dimensions today, and I wonder if I wrote it down. I did save it to share with Debbie, but I think it's something like 60 by 80. No, that's a big one, 60 inches. Oh my gosh, what was it? I can't remember. Now you guys have got me. You got me down that rabbit hole, and now I've got to see what that is. So, it just so happened I saved it somewhere. A draft, I think it was. It would have had to have been today, right? It says no subject. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. The Afghans can be crocheted or knitted and should be 35-40 inches wide and 40 to 50 inches long. Now, if you ladies are making blankets for Boggy Creek, they want the blankets to be that size, because they don't want one blanket larger than another. They want everything equal. So every child will get a 40 by 50. Okay? And some of them are going to be larger. Now that doesn't mean a lot of the ones that y'all did, some of them were larger than that. They will remain in the camp and be used elsewhere, like in the the infirmary, where the doctor's building is, the nurse's building. They will be used, but not for the kids, not particularly the kids will take home. They must be that 35 to 40 to 40 to 50 inches long, wide and long. Okay? So that's just a reminder. I'm sure Nancy's going to go over all this so we can see. Now the quilts for beds is we need to use cotton or flannelette. Well, we're going to use cotton because that's what we have a lot of. Easy to wash and all that good stuff. And the quilts should be, I was right, 60 inches by 80 inches machine washable. So if you're listening to this, Deb, I'm going to send you this email, but I was going to put some more stuff in here for you, but 60 to 80 inches. Now that's not that bad. That's not that, it's not that small. It's not that big either. Well, oh, here it is. I have one of these long I did say 60 by 80 inches, right? Well, 60 inches is right. That's that's wide. That's 60 inches. And then 80 is right here. So it's my wingspan and then the 80. So that's going to be a nice size blanket, Deb. So I have to do some computering on what size. We're going to try to do the same size squares on each side. So we're going to figure out what we want to, how we want to arrange that. But I want to look at the video first to see the pictures that they took of the blankets to see what, see, because they want them all alike. They might want them the same, so that we'll have to decide on. And there's some other things that we'll be able to do to help them out. And of course, that will all be, be told by the team of, Nancy and Lynette. So they'll keep us informed on what we need to do. So I'm looking forward to that. So that should be fun. I'm knitting a blanket. I've only got like 10 rows done of it, so I haven't really concentrated on it. I know I told you that the doctor said I had carpal tunnel on my wrist. So when I crochet for too long, it hurts like heck. So I do have a wristband, and I might have to get another one because the left one started hurting last night. But I've been going gangbusters on this blanket because I really like it. I might even make another one and maybe use, just like, I don't know, just whatever color. I think it's a good stash. You got one skein of this and one skein of that. That might be a good stash, using the onesies and twosies that you have left from other projects and stuff, and just make yourself one of these. It's just, it says you have to have 246 of one color. Well, I might not like to put this color on that round. Excuse me. Then I'll get another round, right? So that's all I'm going to chit-chat about, but I got a story to tell you. For some reason, I have been thinking about my past and people that I had interactions with, or boyfriends. They're people, right? So anyway, I looked up this one guy that I dated off and on for probably 5 or 6 years, off and on. And it was more of a casual kind of relationship. Until the last part of the relationship, I thought might go further. Now, this is when I was young, and I was much, much younger than what I am now. But anyway, I said, well, I'm going to look him up. So I looked him up, and I'll be damned, he had lived in Palm Beach for like 20 years. Because you remember, it's been a long time. And 20 years or so, he had gotten married, and to a woman that was about his age, I guess. He was the same. He was like a year or two older than I was. When he went anyway, he passed away couple years ago. He was a very social drinker. So I can see where the liver just finally, I guess, gave up on him. So one guy that I went to high school with, and we dated after our 25th high school reunion. Before the reunion, I think we had dated off and on for a little while, and then afterwards we dated a couple times, or we were friends first, and he lived in Florida on the East Coast. Well, he's in a wheelchair. Then today, I was thinking about a guy from 1965. He was a Marine, and he was a lieutenant, and they were getting ready to be shipped to Vietnam. So there was this organization called JOPA, JOPA, Juniors Officers Professional Association. And they had a dance with live music and all that stuff on, I think it's Sunday nights. Yeah, I think it was Sunday nights. I don't know why it was Sunday, but it was Sunday nights. It wasn't Saturday night. No, it was Sunday night, I'm sure. At the Knights of Columbus, right? Knights of Columbus in Arlington, Virginia. I was living in Arlington at the time. So myself and about 4 or 5 other girls, beautiful girls. We were all beautiful. Young, too. And we went to this dance. Well, we were there for a little bit, and a guy approached me, and he said, "Would you like to dance?" Well, I almost melted. He was so pretty. And he was a second lieutenant. So anyway, he asked for my number, and we danced several times. And then they left because they had to go back to Quantico. So so he called me later on, and he asked me out. And I know he had a little sports car, like an Austin Healey or something like that. Back then, It was this little car. But he was so good looking. He was tall, and he had dark hair and blue eyes. And he was just so good looking. And anyway, we dated for a while, and what was coming up, not a while, but we had a few dates, and then it was right before the Marine Ball. And he invited me to the Marine Ball. And his family was originally from New York. So when he invited me, then I didn't hear from him for a couple of weeks. And it was coming to the night of the ball, and he gave me a call in the afternoon, and he said he had to cancel because the Marines asked him to be an escort for one of the celebrities that were coming in for the ball, and it was Joey Heatherton. I don't like her. I've never liked her, and I did not like her more after that. So he took her, and then he was transferred from Quantico, Virginia to Jacksonville, Florida. And that was their last stop before they were going to head out to Camp Pendleton and then Vietnam. And he asked me down for a weekend, and that was the last time I saw him. So anyway, I said, well, I wonder, I couldn't remember how to spell his last name, Colapre, but I do it phonetically. Well, today I looked it up and I found, I told you his name. I'm sorry. Anyway, I found him. Can you believe it? I found him after all these years. I see that was 65, 75, 85, 95, 2005, right? 2015, no, 15. So that's 50 some years ago. Anyway, I found him, and he was in Virginia Beach. I think he still is in Virginia Beach. Now you remember, he's probably a couple years older than I am. So I would say he's probably like 80 now, or 82, somewhere in there. And he was owner of a restaurant, and there was a whole hullabaloo about this restaurant, what happened in this restaurant, embezzlement by an employee. He went to the Senate committee meeting for IRS, and what happened to them and all this stuff. So I put in there his name and Marine, Vietnam, and all that, and that was him. He was in the Marines from 1965 to 1969. So he spent 4 years in the Marines. So I found him. I guess he's still alive. I didn't find an obituary. Am I bad or what, telling you all these stories? But anyway, it was very interesting where he ended up, what he did and stuff like that. So anyway, I watched the Senate committee meeting with him speaking, and but that was back in 1998, and this is 2023, so 25 years ago. That was 25 years ago. So he's an old man now, but I could still see the features that had drawn me to him, But anyway, that's an old story. But I don't know. I don't know why I'm reflecting back to these. And then there was some that I dated. I don't even remember what their name was. Isn't that terrible? That is terrible. Okay. Anyway, that's my story. But I have to say, and I've gotten some beautiful emails from you people, and I just can't tell you how much it means to me that I was able to help you through the holidays, or got you back to crocheting or knitting, or just talking, or just listening, or watching, whatever. Thank you so much. And I think this past holidays and after, I think it was the most, I guess I'm going to have to say, small, depressed a little bit. I haven't done that. I've never been really depressed about anything, but this year I really have. Up until a few days ago, I felt kind of down about everything. So, but I picked myself back up again, and man, I'm going to haul ass. Yes. Just like the lady that cut my hair yesterday. She says, we're going to make you sassy. I said, okay, sassy, classy, and was sassy, classy, and brassy, or something like that. I got a card that somebody sent me 4 years ago. And it's hard for me to believe that I've been doing this for 4 years. The time goes by so fast, guys. And I just want to say there's a lot of young people out there that have taken up this this craft. And I think it's wonderful, and a lot of new crafters out there is just wonderful. And they do beautiful things. They spend a lot of time doing their videos, and I think you should watch them. I really do, because they spend a lot of time and they're on every day. And I admire it, and I admire it, but to me, it's it's more like a job, and I'm not into. I'm retired. I'm retired, and I don't want to learn how to put all that fancy stuff on there. I do a little bit of finding an image and sticking the image up as a, as a go-to. But most of the time, you've got to look at this mug. It's part of it, right? But anyway, that's it. I got nothing else to say. I put it out on the table about my freaky looking up of old boyfriends or guys I dated. Maybe not boyfriends, maybe just dates. Who knows? But a couple live, couple dead. Hey, that's life. We have to go with it. So anyway, that's it. I could sit here and talk all day because my feet are up. And I'm sitting here, I'm getting ready to. I might. What am I going to do first? Take a nap, or I might crochet a little bit and then have a little lunch, and then crochet a little bit. Then sleep. Take a nap. Not sleep. I'll take a nap. I didn't sleep that well. My CPAP kept turning off, and I don't sleep well when that goes off. I wake up and I can't breathe. And that's bad for you. You need to be able to get your sleep. Okay, everybody, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. I have fun with all you guys. You're such a ball. Such a ball. And I want to make some things, and we'll have another little auction maybe in February. And I'm going to introduce you to another crafter who's just starting out, and she wants to show you some of the beautiful things that she makes. So we will look forward to that. And so we got the cruise, everybody. If you want to go on the cruise, let me know, and I'd be happy to send you info on that, or you can call Naomi. You can go to my videos, and you'll see videos on the cruise and stuff. So and I'm sure you could go to the playlist and do cruise and hashtag. I don't do hashtags, guys. I don't do hashtags. I don't hashtag anything. I just don't do hashtags. I think it's wonderful if people do hashtagging and meet up or whatever, but it's just more work. More work for me. I don't want to do hashtag. I just got to flow with what I want to do when I want to do it. And I think I've earned that. Yeah, baby. So, next month we've got my birthday, and Abraham Lincoln's birthday, and George Washington's birthday, and Chevy's birthday, and I think Jane Wynn's birthday. I can't remember, but I think so. And then March I've got the barbecue with What the Hales. My friend Debbie's. We're going to drive up there and to Otter Creek, and there's a big barbecue. We're going to meet some podcasters from different walks of life, and so it's going to be fun. It's really going to be fun, and I'm really looking for it. And I found out that there's some guys from like the Storage Wars and that buys these storage places and things that they find. They're going to have prizes. Some of it's money, and barbecue, of course, and all kinds of things that I think they're going to have display of things. So I'm looking for crafty things that I can use in my projects. So that's one of the main reasons I want to go. And So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, I have ran my mouth, and I don't look at the time. I'm sorry. I mean, if you want to watch a short one, go to shorts. If you want to watch a long one, I'm here, baby. Anyway, I guess because I don't film that often. But I thought it was kind of quiet here this morning that I would get this out, and I got to do laundry and stuff. And I'm not running out of underwear because you all know I don't wear underwear. But I do, my dresses, I'm down to my last clean dress that I would wear around the house. And I got material out. I'm going to be making some moo-moos, baby. I might even make some to sell, so I'll let you know. And it would be like one size fits all. And what size is that? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing some of that. More like caftans, I think, than moo-moos. I think caftans will, anyone could. It's just how I'm going to do the around the neck and all that good stuff. But I'm going to make some for myself for the cruise, because I don't like pants that too. Anyway, I just like to just throw a dress on, just go back to the old-fashioned way of wearing dresses all the time. Well, so I've got some things coming up for the next 6 months. I'm really looking forward to it. And we got some other stuff going on, but I'll let Deb tell you about it, the Canadian crocheter. So next time she'll tell you all about what we are up to. Yes, we're up to something else too. Surprise, surprise, surprise. Bye, everybody. Have a great weekend.